Hi there guys and girls, am I the only one who seems to hate Mortal Kombat Trilogy? I wanted to talk about this because, you know, it's something I come across a lot as a big fan of Mortal Kombat. People seem to love Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and I don't get it. Well, I do and I don't get it. I get that it's a great package of, you know, the three classic arcade games, MK1, 2, 3, and that it has this extra content. People like extra content, right? But as I've gotten, like, and when I got this, look, when I got Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I was into it, and even though the Nintendo version's really hard, you know, I liked the content at the time. I like getting the extra stages and playing the extra characters. But as I've gotten older, I just look back on Trilogy as just shit, really, because, like, it affects the game. Like, yeah, cool, you got every character there. You got the MK2 versions. I like that. That's cool. But they added, you could play all the boss characters. You could be Shao Kahn. You could be Motaro. You could be Goro. You could be Kintaro. Like, and yeah, everyone always talked about that. Wouldn't it be cool to play as Kintaro? Wouldn't it be cool to be Shao? So they gave everyone what they want, but the results were shit. It's not a good game when you're Shao Kahn versus Motaro. It's not. The bosses are overpowered, and generally they weren't clipped properly, and the matches always look like garbage. You know, when people play those characters, they just like, there's like nothing like cool to it. You know, it's just a gimmick. It's just a shit gimmick. You know, and I really, like, as I've gotten older, every time I think about Trilogy, I really hate it. You know what I mean? But in the community, everyone seems to be like, Trilogy! You know, like it's the greatest. Trilogy! To me, it's just not. It's not the greatest. With crap like that, playable boss characters, that aggressor bar was shit. There's a lot of things. In the Nintendo version, you could be female chameleon, and in the PlayStation version, you could be male chameleon. That's just annoying. There was weird stuff like the Nintendo 64 version had a level called the Star Bridge, which I used to really like because I loved the bit 2. And it's the bit 2 with a starry background, you know, and I'm like, okay, like, I used to like it. But as I've gotten on, I'm like, oh, why the fuck did they do that? Like, I like the way NetherRealm did it with Mortal Kombat 9. They had a daytime version of the pit and like a nighttime version, and like a dusk version, I think. Like, that was amazing. Like, just do it like that, you know, and it was relevant to the game. They just did this for the fuck of it. Like, look, we got a new stage, we changed the start, we changed the background, you know, like, you didn't need to do that. We already had the pit 2 anyway. But having the reason in MK9 that they had it was because it was different time delays, you know. And if they put the stars in it and had a reason for it, and had that, and had a different time that they go there later at night or something, you know, it would be relevant. But they're just like, here's a new level with no relevance or anything whatsoever. So, like, again, it's just another shit gimmick. And then you got weird shit like in the Nintendo version, you can uppercut someone from Goro's lair. Sorry, so yeah, you uppercut them from the Goro's lair to the armory, and from the armory to the combat tomb. That makes no fucking sense. You're uppercutting someone from Mortal Kombat 1 level into a Mortal Kombat 2 level, and then from in a Mortal Kombat 2 level to another Mortal Kombat 2 level, like that's supposed to be above it, which makes no sense at all. Like, and I just don't get it. Why do people love this game so much? Is it because it's MK123 in one game? I'd rather just play MK123 separately, or Ultimate, you know? I know that way I'm getting the unfucked versions. And there was a lot of this shit, like, a lot of younger fans will ask me here and there, or they'll be confused about this, you know. Ultimate MK3 on arcade, is Rain and Noob Saibot in it? Yes and no. Rain's not in it, but he is in it. If that makes sense. He's not a playable character, you can't fight him, but he's in the intro and his energy bar says Rain, you know, and if you put in a certain clue, I used to always put this code in, this combat code, and it says Rain can be found in the graveyard, which is a troll by Ed Boon, which is, you know, I think a literal thing, like, you know, usually rains in graveyards, you can find rain in a graveyard. I think that's what that means, you know. And Noob Saibot, same thing, you can just fight him. You can't beat him. He's in the intro too, you know, and he even has a level called Noob's Dolphin. But you can't play as them. And a lot of people would get confused. And then the Super Nintendo version came out, and you could be Rain and Noob Saibot. Same with the Mega Drive version. The home system ones you could on Ultimate MK3, but not in the arcade. So it gets really confusing. And like this butchery of the MK games is kind of annoying. And the reason I'm doing this is because, like, I was talking about how NetherRealm or Midway didn't like to put the ports out. And I kind of see why. Like, some of them, I guess that's probably one of the reasons. And I put a thing just up on Facebook for a joke thing. I was saying I'd love to see Mortal Kombat come out on the Switch, because they announced Street Fighter 2. And if you didn't see it, the Street Fighter 2 video, here's a bit of it now.
Ultra Street Fighter 2! The final challengers. Round 1, fight! Hadouken! Shoryuken! Hadouken! Hadouken! Sonic Boom! Sonic Boom! Ultra Street Fighter 2! The final challengers.
Like, I actually want to play this. Like, I've played Street Fighter 2. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan. I played it very casually. But, a lot of my friends have always liked Street Fighter, and I wouldn't mind actually getting this on the Switch and giving it a go. Like, I love the improved graphics, look awesome. And the idea that you can take the Switch anywhere with you and play and have a match is, like, really cool. And it's in high definition graphics. It looks awesome. The music's been redone. Looks really sweet. So I'm actually probably going to get this Street Fighter 2 when it comes out. And like I said, I'm not a Street Fighter fan at all. The only one I've ever played really is Street Fighter 2. That's the only Street Fighter I've played. I've never played any of the other ones. Oh wait, no, I lie. I played Street Fighter 4 a bit. Yeah, and I played X-Men versus Street Fighter. That's all the Street Fighters I've played. So, I actually quite liked X-Men versus Street Fighter, because it didn't feel like a Street Fighter game. It was a bit different. But anyway, I put up an image on Facebook saying, I wish they'd do this for Mortal Kombat, and put, like, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 out on the Switch, and, like, redo the graphics. You know, I like that would be so cool. I could put that HD collection out or something that they never released. I don't know how far into production they got with that, but that would be just wicked. Or just re-render the stages like they did for Street Fighter. Like, you know, it'd just be great to be able to take the Switch around and have a game of Mortal Kombat on the spot. MK1 and 2, classic MK, you know. Maybe even MK3 or Ultimate MK3. I just say MK1 and 2 because, like, for me, those are like super classic, you know. But I guess if they're gonna do 1 and 2, it probably wouldn't be hard for them to do 3 and Ultimate. But yeah, I put it up on Facebook and someone replied, and he's like, Trilogy, and I just replied, oh please, dear God, no, not fucking Trilogy. And he replied back, lol, Quadrilogy. And I'm just like, yeah, so like, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of you, man. Like, I get it. At the time, it was every Mortal Kombat fan's like, you know, must-have game. Oh my god, you could be Shao Kahn. Oh my god, there's a new level called the Star Bridge in it. Oh my god, you can uppercut through Mortal Kombat 1 levels into Mortal Kombat 2 levels. It sounds good, but it's shit. That's the reality. You know, and you get sold on that blind marketing at the time. You know, that sucks you in, because back then Mortal Kombat was so hot, you had to have the new version. It's still like that now. You know, but like, even more so back then. Like, that's when Mortal Kombat was still in arcades, and it was creeping into the home market. So the home market things had to have an edge. Do you know what I mean? So that's why Super Nintendo and Mega Drive had Rain and Noob Saibot on the Ultimate versions, and that's why, you know, PlayStation and N64 had Trilogy with all this extra shit. They had to have an edge to make you buy it. Otherwise, you might just stay and play it in the arcades. So, yeah, I just want to do a video about it, because like, it just shocks me how much love the Trilogy gets. Why does Trilogy get so much love? I don't understand. Can't people see now that it was just a fucking gimmick, and that it hasn't held up? Like, the game's not good. If people can be the boss characters, it's not good. I've said this in other videos too. Being able to play as Noob Saibot and all that all the time, like, Noob Saibot became a main character now, and that kind of pissed me off. I liked him in MK2, even though he was just a shadow. That could have been cool if they had kept him like that and just never made him playable. You know, and they've done that with all the characters and made them playable. Every single one. Ermac, Smoke, Noob Saibot, Jade, Scarlet, who was a rumor, you know, classic Sub-Zero. When you cross the line of making a secret character and Reptile, when you cross the line of making a secret character a playable character, it's dangerous. Now, I will say this, it's funny about Reptile. See, in Mortal Kombat 1, Reptile was the ultimate secret, and I love that. That was awesome. Having him playable in MK2, that was fine, because we're early on in this series, right? But then when you make, you know, you start doing it for everyone. You start doing it for Noob Saibot, you start doing it for Jade, and you start doing it for Smoke, you know, and then you start doing it for the boss characters too. You kind of it just becomes old, it just becomes stale, it just becomes, yeah, you want to do it at a time, like, and then once you've done it and played it, you're like, meh, you just don't care. Like I said, for Reptile, it was a kind of a logical step, because MK1 had like 7 characters. He fit in the story. It was natural that he would become playable in MK2. The whole thing fit, do you know what I mean? Story fit, the reason for doing it fit and everything. Whereas like, just making Noob Saibot playable and Jade and Smoke and everyone from fucking MK2 playable, that kind of pissed me off. I really liked the secrets. Sometimes you shouldn't be able to play as those characters. Sometimes you should only be able to fight them and wonder what it would be like to be the characters. Because when you are the character, it's like, oh, well, you know, yeah, I get it, they have stories and that, you know, and it's fun to play the stories, but once you cross that line of playing that character, you can never go back to how it was before and wondering what it would be like to be the character. And that's what made it fun, is not being able to be the character and wondering what it would be like. As soon as you then are the character, you're just like, oh, okay, that's it. Cool. You know, and then you move on to the next secret. I wouldn't it be cool to be that guy? You know, and that's why, like, if you think about these Mortal Kombats, these latest ones, there's no secret characters anymore. Is there? No. Think about it. There's none. The last one I can think of, really, was Deception. Liu Kang, zombie Liu Kang, you unlocked him, secret character. I mean, in Armageddon, you unlocked the Taven and Dagon, you unlocked the brothers, but that was kind of obvious because it was part of the story mode, whereas Liu Kang, you had to be in that certain time, in that certain place, in that certain month, behind Jade's tent in Edenia, and open the coffin would appear, you open it, you get zombie Liu Kang. You know, if you think about MKX, MKXL, there's no secret characters anymore. They don't do it. And maybe this is why they've exhausted them all. They hoard them all out. Everyone could be the characters, and now there's no secret characters to have anymore. We need some secret characters. Like, I miss that flavour from Mortal Kombat. The secrets. You know what I mean? Like, the crypt is fun, and the new game is fun, the new engine's fun, and everything's great, and the fatality's great. You know, but it's missing the little things. You know? As John Travolta said in Pulp Fiction. It's you know, they got the same shit over there that they got over here, but it's just a little different. Example. Well, in Mortal Kombat 1, they had a secret character called Reptile, and to get him, you had to get a shadow, win double flawless, not block, you know, and it was really hard to do. You know, you don't get that anymore. You don't get those sort of challenges anymore. I think MK9 had a few of them, actually. MK9 was pretty good. I haven't played, I've probably played like 20% of MK9. I really need to play more of MK9. There were secret characters unlocks in that, but they were based on the unlocks from 1, 2, 3 anyway. So I don't know if that really counts. Whereas Deception was still a new MK game that wasn't based on an old game with a secret character unlock. You know, so like, it'd be cool if like the new Mortal Kombats had some of that missing content. You know, they're making Injustice now, and like I said, I've kept my word. I haven't done any promotions for Injustice 2. I've put up maybe a few tweets here and there, but I'm not doing any videos about Injustice 2 because I really just don't have interest in that franchise. You know, like, I care about Mortal Kombat, you know, and so I just wish we could get a Mortal Kombat that had some of that flavour. Like, and like I said, I loved MKX, I loved the Crypt, I loved the level of detail they went to, and the Crypt could have been so great, it could have been so much bigger, and it's, like, again, it's easy for me to say these things, but then they got to go do it. But they had those puzzles that you solved in the Crypt, and they were great. It was just too small. It was like, I beat the Crypt pretty fast, you know, so it would be cool to have a bigger Crypt and have secrets. Maybe you find a secret character in the Crypt, like an unlikely thing, because in all the Mortal Kombats, you know, you unlock it by fighting, or, you know, getting it flawless, or, you know, only using low kick before the question mark. You know, there's always something in the fighting game, but imagine you could find a secret character in the Crypt, and there was no reference to it anywhere. You know, it's just one of those things you had to do right. You had to be in the right place at the right time or something, you know. That would be awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to do that video about Trilogy. I don't understand you guys. You guys seem to love Trilogy. Stop it. Stop it. So yeah, thanks for watching another video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace. If you like this video, check out this one. You might have another good time. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Please, please. So please subscribe. You'll be helping me out. Thanks.